think she's a little bit shy. I'm not sure. But are you there? Okay, maybe Pachati, Papa Chita, can you introduce yourself to us?
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Uh, Money.
I'm Babajide. I'm mechanical engineer by training with over 5 years work experience in
Mm,
telecommunication industry.
mm. No, that's great. You said you're from Egypt.
I'm from Nigeria.
Oh, from Nigeria. Okay. Yeah, all right. I think the other one is a little bit shy. I'm not sure. I see. Yeah. Okay, my name is Blessing. So those that don't know me, my name is Blessing, and I am a data analyst, and I'm also a machine learning engineer. But I'm currently running my own company, a consultation company for data analysis, which I am introducing data analysis skills and AI to different businesses. So basically, I'm introducing business intelligence. So where maybe I go to each company, like I conduct training to the management, like how they can build reports, how can they automate their monthly reports, and how can they analyze data to make better decisions. Yeah. So, for example, people like for example, monthly sales. We can be able to analyze monthly sales. Yeah. So basically, I teach. I have taught different students from all over the world. I think I've taught students from Bangladesh. I've taught students from Liberia, from Mauritius, from USA, and from South Africa, from also Bahamas, from different parts of the world. I've been conducting some training for data analysis, and yeah, and I'm actually teaching Power BI, Excel. You can be able to use Excel very fluently. I've got students who are studying accounting. Like maybe on the group, there's a student called Nakwela. She's from Namibia. She's very good. I'm teaching her accounting. I also got another student. Her name is Asati there, and I'm teaching her. I've been teaching her for about 2 years now. I think she's a chartered accountant. She's a CA. So and we did not only if ended on the classes, but we end up even partnering with each other on other projects. She's even giving me some projects from a company and also from other clients. So basically, we working with each other on some other things. So yeah. So this is what we want. Today we will be learning about Excel. So it's basically an introduction in data analysis in Excel. Let me just show you. I don't know. Do you have any question on my introduction? If there's someone who has any question, they can ask anything you want to ask. Okay. So, mm, okay. So basically, this is what we're gonna be doing today. I don't know what's your level in in Excel, but I'll just start from here. I'll start from here. For our basic course, we'll be learning these basic statistical functions like mean, range, mode, large, small, yeah, and so forth. And then we'll be learning conditional functions, which are the sum ifs, average ifs, count ifs, maximum if, and so forth. Then we will see if we will learn this one, but these ones are not really that important, but they are good if you're doing data cleaning. But we will also learn this one as well, logical functions. Yeah, logical functions are if, and, or, nested if, and so forth. Then we have lookup functions. The lookup functions we'll be learning about the VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, HLOOKUP. Okay, yeah, I think there is where we're gonna finish for the basic class. Then after that, you guys can see if you can maybe enroll on the advanced classes. We'll be learning about Power Query, how to build how to automate your reports, how to automate the data, how to clean data, how to yeah, for so many things, how to maybe combine files, how to combine files from different folders, how to combine PDF files, how to you can do so many things. How to combine bank statement, how to there's a lot in Power Query. There's a lot. So how to combine the columns, two tables, how to combine two tables, and so forth. And there's also some classes for Power BI. Yeah, let me maybe show you some of the things. Let's say pictures. Mm. Maybe for Power BI, you'll be creating dashboard like this one. You see, yeah, but I won't get into depth with this dashboard. But this is basically what you create, which is called a report. This one was the HR report where you wanted to see the count of customer churn customers that are leaving our company, leaving working with us, you know. So yeah, like for example, we know that most of our customers that are 30 years old, that are leaving are 100 that have left already are 174, and those that are 40 years old are 214 that has left us. And then we have that are around 60 years old, they're 194. So these are the things that you show in Power BI, like how many customers have left working with us. Then we know, okay, for zero is those customers that are still with us. So which means they are more than 600. But those that has left, then they are between 200 and 400. Yeah. So then these are some of the things that you show, but I'm just summarizing. I'm not teaching this thing. Okay. So is there any question about what I've said so far? Okay, so basically what we do, we're gonna be doing this one. Okay, so this is called a statistical functions. Statistical functions, or let me see if I can check it. So if you come here under formulas, you'll notice that there is auto sum. Auto sum has average, has count numbers, has maximum, has minimum. Then we have a logical. Then we have logical. These are all the logical functions. Then we have text. These are all the texts and so forth. So basically, this is this is where you can find these functions. But we're gonna be using a lot this pattern here, which is f of x. I don't like to memorize functions, like, because sometimes you forget the functions. But if you're using this pattern here, it is easy for you to not memorize the functions. You just need to know, okay, this problem needs this kind of a function. Okay, this problem needs this kind of a function. Okay, so far, okay, just a minute. Yeah, okay. Okay, so okay, for now we know we have, this is a sales data, so we want to see these are the cookie name, cookies sold. So we have the chocolate chip, oatmeal, raisin, sugar cookie, a snickerdoodle, birthday cake, peanuts butter, and a fortune. So these are all the product that we have, the the cookie names. Then we have cookies that are sold. So the cookies that are sold are, these are the sales. You know, chocolate chip has been sold 97 times. Oatmeal raisin 77 and so forth. So how many cookies were sold? Now, if maybe your boss comes to you and say, how many cookies were sold? Tell us how many cookies were sold. Then you have a data, maybe a long data. So you need to be able to know which formula are you using. Remember, when you are using Excel, the first thing we do is we put is equal to. So then I have to come here to f of x. So this is what it's gonna show. So to show, so the first thing we say, how many cookies are sold. So if you're saying how many, then we want to see the total of all the cookies. We are not specific of how many chocolate chip were sold, how many oatmeal raisin were sold, but we want the total of all the cookies that were sold. Then we'll say sum. So we're gonna be using sum. So sum is here. So you just write sum on this box, and then you just press go, and then you click OK. So under sum, it's gonna show this button here. So number one, so here I'll just highlight all the numbers, only the numbers, because we want to see the total of all the cookies that were sold. So automatically, after I highlighted, it is showing me 421. Okay, so then I'll say okay. Then I have, okay, let me, yeah, so I think this one is clear. So basically what I did here, I just click here, then I just said equal to, then I said f of x, then I search sum, and I say go, and I say okay. then I highlight, then it show me 241. Okay. So this one is a most of cookies sold. The most cookies sold. Which one has been sold the most? Okay. So now we need to know, okay, which one is most. Okay, then we can say is equal to. So now you need to be able to understand a statistical language like most, how many, most, second most, third most, and so forth. Yeah, so those are the language. Like if people they want you to give them an average, yeah, then we'll after this lesson we should be able to understand that kind of a language. Like for example, we have most cookies sold. So most is basically a, it is a mode. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So basically it is okay. Let me just check something here. So sometimes if you just do like this, most sometimes it automatically can show you that's okay. It is a mode. So it's a most. It is a mode. So but I don't advise you to use this one. You always know that it is a mode. So then you have to highlight here. Okay. So it is saying 52 is the most cookies that is sold. Okay, so which means it has been sold the most, which means okay, 52. Uh, uh, yeah, okay. Okay, so okay, another thing is the list of cookies that are no, I think there's something that is missing here. So we're saying must let's see if we can highlight here. Yeah, okay, still it's saying like this. 52, okay, which means we are looking for the number that has appeared the most, which has appeared the most. So then we have the list of cookies sold, the list of cookies sold. Then we can say, oh, sorry, I'm mistaken. There's something that I did wrong here. So basically what we're looking for, the most is actually a maximum. So we just need to come here and say maximum. Then maximum, we have to highlight. So the most cookies sold is the chocolate chip, which is 97. Then the least should be the opposite. Should be opposite. Okay, sorry. So the list is minimum. And we highlight. Then the list is 36. So it's a small list. 36. Then the second most sold. The second most sold is, so now the second most sold is calculated by large. So when we have the most, it is maximum, the least is minimum. The second most, now there's a position second. So, okay, then if it is second most, third most, fifth most, or fourth most, whatever that it has most, and you have been given a position, saying second is a position, saying third is a position. So therefore, we need to use large. So large, sometimes you can even use this one. You can say large, but me, I like to use this button. You can just say large, and then you do like this. But the easiest one for me is this one, because it's got some fun. It's got some other options. You don't need to memorize everything that you need to put here, because this is an actual formula, but here you just filling it up here. So an array is always the numbers. Then K is a position. K is the position. So in this case, can anyone maybe tell me what will be what will be K here? Anyone that can tell me what will be the K? Hello, are you guys there?
Yeah.
So what will be K here, Santoshi?
Okay.
Yeah.
P2, P8.
Sorry?
P2 plus P8.
It will be 2.
No.
The second most soul. So what will be the K? We know the array is this one.
97.
No. The position is
97 is 36, huh?
is 97 is what?
97 is 36.
Okay. Okay, no. We are saying here, we want the second most. So we know 97 is the most, like we were saying here. 97 is the most, so then we want the second most. Second most should be this one. But what will be the K? The K will be second. So remember second. Second is a position.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be second. If they want, third most, third. If they want the third most sold, then we're gonna, what we gonna put on K?
Third.
52.
Sorry?
52.
On K,
3.
Yeah, third
it's
most.
it will be 3. Yeah, it will be 3. So you
Okay.
understand, Santoshi, what is a K?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it is a second most, then you have to put 3. If it is the fourth most, then you're gonna have to put 4. So yeah, then here we're gonna be, yeah. So yeah, then let's say we want the fourth most. The fourth most will be 4. Yeah. Then we have the second least sold now. If maybe you can guess, anyone can guess what will be the formula for this one. We know that the one for most was large. What will be the one for the least now? The second least now. Anyone can guess?
Small.
Okay, yeah, it will be small, yeah. Small. So it will be small because we are dealing with the least now. The most we know it is large. Second large. It's the one that says a position and most is large. But the one with the position and least is small. So on array, we're gonna put these values, and on K, what do you think we're gonna put on K? Sensation, what do you think we're gonna put on K?
The second least.
Okay, so what number must they put here?
52.
You like 52. It will be
Sorry.
what will be the number? What's you scared now? Sorry? Someone
Six.
someone was so say something?
Sorry, 6, I think.
It will be 6. Remember, it's a second list sold. Second list. So there's no much different. It's just that now we're using small. But K is still a position. So
Okay.
so what do you think is gonna be a K here?
6.
It's gonna be remember
Mm.
second is the position. So if let me just take this thing. So if I want a K, I am basically looking for this second. For here, I am looking, the K will be this one. K will be this one. So basically, if I want, okay, censorship, you can put on mute for now. You can then you can okay, now if you want for second list sold, then you're gonna put a 2, because remember second is a position. Then we're gonna put 2. Okay, I don't know, is this one clear for all of you? For this one and this one.
Yeah. The
Okay.
K is position value, right?
Yeah, K is a position value.
Second in this one, only 2 we have to keep. The K value is 2.
Yeah.
Third is K value is 3.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, all right. So then we have the cookies with sales. Okay. Okay, I forgot about this one. Okay, with sales. Okay, let's come on this question, then I'll come back to that one. So we want to see the average sold. The average is always an average. Average. Sometimes it is a mean, and the mean is always talking about the performance. Always talking about the performance. So we want to see the average. So we want to see the total performance for these sales. So basically, we're gonna come here, then we say average. Say go average is this one. Okay, so I have to put my table here. Then automatically it is telling me that it is 60.14 and something. So this is my average. So this is the percentage or performance for these sales. Maybe we have another table for another sales as well. We can also check the average. So the average will be able to compare maybe the two percentage, which one is performed best between the two. Okay. So yeah. And what is the middle? What is the middle? So which one is the, if maybe I can ask one of you if they can be able to tell me which formula can we use on this one? If you're saying what is the middle amount, what will be the function, if you can guess?
Median?
The median, yeah. So we're gonna say median. So a median. So then we highlight our, okay, the median is, so if you have a situation like this, see, you have 97, you have 77, you have 67, then we have, so it's 1, 2, 3. Then we have 36, 40, 52. It is 1, 2, 3. So the middle one is 52. So whether this one is 52 or not, as long as this one is in the middle, then it's gonna pick up this one. So it's 52. Okay. What occurs most frequently? Which formula do you think we're gonna use on this one? Most frequent. I'm trying to understand, trying to see if you guys are able to catch this language, because as you are getting into the world of data, you don't look at sentences like maybe someone in sales, like someone in finance, like your direct. You are looking at the statistic behind every question. So what do you think? Which formula do you think we can use here? Just guess. I don't need to give me a right answer. We are all learning here. Remember, we are still on the basic class. Anyone can answer.
Mode?
This is a mode. Okay. In Sansoshin, what will be the function? Sansoshin, are you
Mode.
ready? Oh, it's
Yeah,
alright.
I'm there.
Okay. The other one, I think she's a bit shy, so I won't be able to call it because I don't want to. But if you are in data, you really need to be able to. One of the skills that you need is to communicate. You must know how to
Yeah.
present, yeah, to have confidence. If you're always
Mm.
afraid of being wrong, then you know what? Okay, so we have mode. Yeah, so we have mode. So mode is used for frequency. So yeah, mode. Okay, another thing, but I'm not. This is not for this subject. So another thing you can do is you can come here, data. Maybe we can do this when we learning more of statistics. But you always have this option. But this option is not, you're not gonna find it automatically. You need to come on settings and then you try and put it and then put it here. Then it will be able to show here. So, but I'm not covering this this button for this lesson, but let me show you something. You can even get more insights on this data, more than just answering this question. Sometimes you won't get people who's going to ask you this question. They'll just say, give us an insight on this data. So you're just going to say, going to come on data analysis, and then you say descriptive statistic, and you say okay. So it wants you to input a range. So the range will be this data, then the output range should be a place where you want to display this data. Let me display it here. Let me display it here. Okay. Then another thing you have to select is summary statistic. Okay, let me just show this. So if you notice, okay, let me just take this one here. Cards. Then paste it here. Yeah, so basically now what we are showing here is the mean. If you notice, the mean is the same. It is the same as this one. So this is a summary of the statistic that you can get on this stats. So how many cells we have? We have 7. The sum is 421. The sum was 421. Then we have maximum. What was the most sold is 97. The most sold is 97. The least sold is 36. 36 is the least sold. Then we have the range. The range is given by, what is the formula for the range? If you remember in statistic, I think what's if anyone remember the formula for the range?
Mean?
The formula for range, how do you calculate a range? Like, yeah, to calculate it. Because let's say here, you see, there is no place which is called range. We don't have a function called range. So a range is basically,
Highest value plus lowest value.
yeah, highest, which is 97 minus 37. So we have 61. So this is a range. Yeah. So maximum minus minimum. So yeah, then we are able to show skewness and so forth. But let me show you another way you can show this thing. Okay, we can just come here. So this is how much you can analyze this data. It's small, but you can show a lot of things. So let me just show you this one. But this is just, I'm not supposed to cover this with you guys, but let me show you. Okay, we need to go to this one. Then you say more column charts. Okay, sorry, let me highlight this one. Then you come here to more. As long as you go to more. And then when you go to more, you go to box and whisker. So this is what we want to show. So, okay, let me just do it like this. Okay. Yeah. So on this box and whisker graph, if you notice here, okay, let me put some labels. So if you notice on this, let's see this one. Okay, let me just choose this. I know it's not clear. Okay, so we have a box and whisker a graph for this data here, for these cells here. So basically what we are trying to say is, we know the box and whisker graph uses, we have this one will be the maximum, this one will be the minimum. And then here is the, if you notice here, there is 60.142, which is the mean. So the mean is where is the mean? Is this one. So which means this graph is a normal distribution for okay, no, it's not. It doesn't have a normal distribution. So the mean is actually around here on these days. And then we have the median. The median is this one. So we know the median is 52, is this one. We know, okay, these are the percentiles now. The percentile. Okay, let me see if I can get these ones. But I'm not actually covering. I'm just showing you how much you can analyze these dates. Let's say percentiles. Okay, let me just put them like this. Say percentile. So the percentile, you will need a range. The array, I mean. So then the position will be, this one will be the 25th, and I mean the 75th percentile. 75th percentile. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's say maybe 2-3. 75. It is that is between 0 and 1. Okay. Oh no. So what we'll do is we'll say 0.75. Because remember, they're saying K is the percentile value that is between 0 through 1. So basically, the percentiles are made up of 1 to 100. So if they're saying it should be 0 to 1, then which means for if you want 75% of the data, then we need to put 0.75. If we want 25% of the data, we're gonna have 0.25. So yeah. Okay, the value 40. Okay, so for 25% of the data will be 46. For 75% of the data will be this one. But yeah, I'm not gonna teach this because we are not into statistics. But if for a data analyst, you need to be able to understand the statistical language so that you can analyze your data very, very nicely. So basically, this is how much you can analyze these stats. You can do more. You can even show more. You can show covariance. You can show variance. You can show a lot of things. You can even forecast these cells. But before you can forecast, you got this forecasting option here. Before you forecast, you need to check your covariance. Okay, but for this lesson, I wanted to cover the maximum, the how many sold sum, which is the maximum, minimum, large, small. This one I don't know what is it for, a hash of cookies with sales. Oh, it is a count. It's a count of cookies with sales. So basically we want a count. A count. So the count will be, it should be 7 because it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So we covered the count, we covered small, we covered large, we covered an average, we covered median, we covered mode. So that is what you need for this lesson, not this other one. I was just showing you. Okay, then we have this one. Anyone has ever studied about conditional functions? Anyone has a knowledge about conditional functions? Okay. Papa Chite, have you ever done the conditional functions?
Yes.
Okay. Sansoshin, and you? Okay, let me just start.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so which means then we are all in the code page. Then we have this one. So for this one, the sum if, say we want to see how many cells have we, okay, on this data we have the cookie names. So these are all the products. We have chocolate chips, oatmeal, sugar, snickerdoodle, birthday cake, peanuts, butter, fortune. And they are also repeated in India and in Philippines. Okay. So now, okay, now we want to see the total sales we have done in India, let's say in India, and the total sales we've done in Philippines. So basically we're gonna use some if. Okay, the sum if, the ones that are black, like a range and criteria, which means they are going to get, and also they are very important. But this one is not going with these ones, which means these two are connected with each other. So the range will be a, the question is, we want the total sales in India, the sum of all the sales we've done in India. So we're gonna have the first thing, the range should be, the range is the sales you want evaluated. Then we have the criteria. Then we have the sum range. So the range will be this one. Then the criteria should be this one. Okay. The range is basically the table with the condition. So the criteria means a condition. So it's, in this case, we want to see the total of all the sales that were done in India. So the table first will be this one. Then the criteria will be India. So then we have to highlight this one. Then the sum range will have to be the values. The sum range will have to be the values. Okay. Okay, there's something that is, there should be something, there should be a number showing here. Okay, let me check. So we have this one, and we want to show, this one. And then we have, here we have, okay, let me start again. We say we have sum if. We have the table, we have the criteria, we have this one, the sum range. Are the actual cells to sum? If omitted, okay. I don't know what's wrong here. Okay. Anyone can say anything that I've done wrong here. Sometimes I do mistake on these things. Okay, let's start again. We say sum if. Okay, it is there. It is this one. Then we have criteria. Let's start on this one. Let's see if this one is gonna work. Then we have the sum range. Yeah, it's working for United States. Then what is wrong with India? Okay, let's check for United States. How many? Okay. Okay, the range is this one. Criteria is India. Then the sum range should be this one. Okay, yeah, it's working now. Oh yeah, no, I remember. Okay, so basically we will just do like this. Sum if, then we say this one criteria is, we choose only one, not all of them, because they're gonna show in like they were showing. Then it's gonna be sum range. Sum range is this one. So yeah, if you check the total here, the sum for India, there's something. Okay, let's check for this one. This is this one. Let me double check. Okay. So we have this one, criteria. This one. Okay, so let's double check. Yeah, it's okay now. So it is sum. A sum is 301 for India. So let's say we want to see the sum of, say the total sum of, let's say done in Philippines. So we're gonna say sum if, then we're gonna have this table. Then the criteria, the condition is the total sales that were done in Philippines. Okay, Philippines, this one. Then the sum range is this one. So it is basically this one. So let's double check. 410 Ford. It's okay. Okay, so are you guys, do you guys understand this one? Anyone who has a question on this one? Okay. Okay, so let's do for United States, just the last one, sum if. So it will be this one. The criteria is United States. The sum range will be this one. Okay, so if we check for United States, the total will be 362. Okay. Now we want to see the total chocolate chip that was sold in India now, the chocolate chip that was sold in India. So basically we know there is only one chocolate chip in India, which is yielding about 75. But now we want to use the formulas to show that. So remember, when you're using these formulas, you must make sure your data is all in the same letters. Like if this one is, if this chocolate is a capital letter at the beginning, this one as well must be capital letter at the beginning. So all the dates, they mustn't be maybe chocolate chip. This one is a small letter, or maybe like this one is like this, but this one is a capital letter. Make sure all the letters are all the same, because these formulas will not be able to work nicely. So now we want to see how many chocolate chip have we done in India. There is a condition now. So there are two conditions. We have India, we have a chocolate chip. How many chocolate chip that were sold? The chocolate chip is the first one that was sold in India. India is the second condition. So when we are using sum if, the only condition was a count, like how many cookies were sold in India. That was only one condition, but now we got two. So yeah, let's just do this one. Say sum ifs. Now we're using sum ifs now, because there are more than two conditions. So we're gonna use, so okay, the sum range. So sum range, criteria range, sum range, criteria range, they are going together. Remember, they are both dark, they are going together. So we're gonna say sum range. The first criteria will be, I will choose the can, because okay, which will be this one. Then it will be India. Okay, no, sorry, I think there is something showing now here. Okay, now we can see we have criteria range, criteria 1. So the sum range in this point, it will be going alone, but criteria range will be going together with the condition. So which means this is the table that is having the first condition, which is this one, and then the condition is end. But the second table, the criteria range 2, will be this one, and we'll be having a condition. The condition is chocolate chip. And then the sum range will be this one. They're all the numbers. So we know the chocolate chip that was sold in India is 75. Okay, let me do this one again. Let's check for sugar cookie in United States. So sum ifs. So we said criteria range 1 will be the table with the first condition, which is the condition is United States. You can pick any of the United States. As long as they all have the same capital letters, like the alphabets are all in the same manner. Then we have criteria range 2 is this one. And the criteria range 2 should be sugar coke. Then we have this one. So we know the sugar coke in United States is 52. Yeah, 52. Okay, so now do we understand what I have shown you so far?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. And you, Papa cheated, do you understand? Papa cheated, can you understand? Hey, it's quiet. It's okay.
Yes.
All right, it's okay. Okay, so now we have average if is the same principle as sum if as well. So let me just do average if. Average if, just write average, then we have average if. So we want to, now the question is, tell us what is the average of the cookies that is sold in Philippines. We want the average. We want to see which one has performed the best. Actually, remember the average we said is like a performance. So the average is always a performance. Sometimes it's a mean. If we want to check the performance of the students in the class, then we have to look at the average. So, okay, average if. So we have the range. The range is this one. Remember we have at this moment we have range and the criteria, and both of them they are dark, which means they are going together. So then we have okay, we want to see the average in Philippines. Okay, let's start with United States and go to India and then Philippines. We want to compare the two. Which one has performed the best? So the criteria range for number 1 is this one. Then the condition should be United States. Oh, sorry. Yeah, should be United States. If you notice, what I'm writing here is also written here. So this is what we should be doing manually, but I'm using f of x so that we won't have to do these formulas or this code here. I can't be memorizing a code for Python, for macros and VBA, and for everything. Even Excel, I have to memorize the code itself inside. So I just use this. So average range is this one. So we know for United States, the average is this one. Now we want to see what is the performance in India now. In Santoshini's country. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's 43. Okay, let's check Filipino. Filipino. See, Sansoshin, we are studying about your country now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, so which means we got a lot of performance in in Philippines, we are really performing very, very well in terms of our sales in Philippines compare. So you as an analyst, you can show these numbers, but you need to be able to tell a story behind these numbers. That is actually what makes you an analyst. They can write these calculations. Everyone can do manager, finance, everyone, sales. But you have this ability to understand the statistic. That's all. An average is a performance. Okay. Then maybe someone wants to, let's say, is there a way we can be able to summarize and see the performance for each country? Then you know, okay, let's just give an average for this one, an average for this one, an average for this one. Then looking at this average, then you can tell, okay, Filipino is really performing very nice, and this one, America is we're having more sales in America, but in India we seem to be having the least performance. So then maybe you can have a suggestion like, okay, what maybe should we maybe introduce maybe more marketing skills in India? Maybe we can get more clients in India, or maybe we can whatever thing that we can implement to improve our, because that's the main reason for data analysis, is to make better decisions. It's not only just to show, okay, this one is performing best, but how can we improve our sales in India? You know, maybe must we maybe let's conduct a survey and see each customer what's is bothering them. Maybe they fill up a survey and then we know, okay, the reason why they are not buying the most in India is because of this. And then we know we can implement a change. Then next month we're gonna change we're gonna check the average again and see, oh, seems like we are improving now. You see, or maybe we are not improving. So that is the reason for data analysis. Okay, now we want to see let's check now the chocolate chip. How is it performing on each country? Let's check for chocolate chip. So basically we're gonna use average ifs now because we got two conditions. So we want to check chocolate chip in United States. So, okay, now we know this criteria range will be a table with the condition. So condition 1 is United States, and condition 2, it's a table with the second condition is this one. Then the second condition is chocolate chip. Then we want to see, so we know the chocolate chip in United States is 28. Then let's check in India. In India, the first one is this one. This one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, then we have this one. Okay, India is hundreds. Okay, I think I've done a certain mistake here. Okay, sorry. Okay, here we have this one. Here we have this one. Then the condition is India. Then we have this one. Then we have fortune. Oh, chocolates, I mean. So in India, we know chocolates is 75. And in Philippines, we have, okay, we have the range is this one. Then the criteria is this one. Sorry, the criteria is Filipino. Criteria range is this one. Filipino is there. This one. And we have this one. So in Filipino, we have 55, which means chocolate chip is being sold the most in India. So we can even check one by one, like what is the performance for each product. Then maybe we know, maybe the problem is certain products that are not, maybe that are not being bought the most in India, because we can see we have 43. But maybe we can diagnose and say which product is sold the least on each country. Then we will know, okay, maybe it's this one. Maybe it's this one, you see. Then we know, okay, how can we improve these products in India so that we can have more performance. But yeah, this is how you can analyze your data using these formulas. Okay, for your homework, I'm gonna give you this data. You can do this for me. Count ifs, maximum ifs. So basically, you want to see how many, you want to see, okay, for maximum ifs, we want to, for minimum ifs, we want to see, okay, let's start on count if. We want to see how many times was chocolate chip sold in United States. There is a count ifs. Okay, how many times? Okay, how many sales have you conducted in each country? That will be count if, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There will be a count for each count. Then we want to see how many times have we been selling chocolate chip in each count. So there will be a count. Then we also want to see the minimum, the minimum amount of chocolate chip that has been sold on each count, and the maximum amount that has been sold in each country for chocolate chip. So basically, we are checking chocolate chip for the ifs, and then for the if, we are checking for each country. I don't know if you have any question for that one. Anyone who has a question?
No.
Okay. Okay. Do you guys understand everything we learned today?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So no, it's okay. Yeah. No. I think you guys can be free. We will communicate on the group on when can we have another class as well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Sure.
Is the end of the class for today?
I'll talk with you, then we'll see maybe if you can have a Python. I don't know if you guys want to have a Python, but not now, maybe later. Do you want to have Python?
Not for today. This is enough for today.
Okay. Okay, then we will communicate another time.
Okay.
Yeah, then Papa Chite, you as well, you can join us for Python, or you only want Excel.
No problem.
Okay, okay. All right, no, thank you so much. We'll chat on the call.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.